It's the next day now. Just ate some breakfast with a good friend, chipping away at things slowly. Yeah, and today we're gonna finish up these shelves so I can get my tools back into my shop. I need to rip down pieces of plywood so that they are 16 inches deep. Once I do that, I'll start laying those on some 2x4 supports. You'll see how I put things together. I don't like running the table saw. It's messy, loud, and it feels dangerous, but I will do it. I do have some garage things that need to go in here, like a couple of bikes, some yard tools, lawnmower, things like that. I'm actually going to be putting those towards the front of the shop so that they're a little bit easier to access, because in the past they were all the way in the back, and if I was working on something, it was a little awkward to get back to them and to get them. And then if I have time, I got a window to put in. Well, one of the windows. And I might get around to that today because it would be nice to be able to have some cross ventilation in here, especially if I don't need to climate control this place. It just kind of gets stuffy in here, and having that cross breeze would be very nice. But yeah, let's rip down some pieces of plywood. So that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It went pretty fast. I did forget to mention that yesterday I did put a second layer of paint on all the walls before I started putting these up. So I'm pretty much done painting at least the cinder blocks. And also, above all of these, there's just like these little 1/4 of an inch cracks. The kind of gutter is behind there. It's pretty hidden, but I went ahead and used spray foam insulation to seal those cracks along the edge. So now it's time to put up some shelves. All right, so I just got done building these shelves. I'm really happy with them. Very strong. Next, I'm going to put in the window that's on the other side of the room. I've never put in a window before, so I'm pretty excited to try that out. But it's coming along in here. After the window, I'll probably put in some organizational things for yard tools. All right, time for a break. Little coffee break. Water break. And then window. It's time to replace this window. I hope it goes well. If not, it's already bad and I can make a temporary thing. I'm not too worried about it, but getting it out will be interesting. I'm gonna wear a mask. Again, ancient dust is probably all back behind here. Achoo! Let's do it. I have to go to the other side. I don't know. Yeah, I need more leverage. Oh, is she coming? There we go. I think this window is like built into this when the garage was actually built. All right. It's gonna fit. It'll take some finagling, but it's gonna work. Man, if I could just get this tab to fit in the slot where it once was, it'd be perfect. It's problem solving time. So my plan is to, up at the top, this lip here, only about 1/4 of an inch of it needs to come off. Maybe 1/2 inch. And then I can slide this window in. Once I take that off, I'll actually go back inside and put treated pieces of lumber on either side so that I can attach the window from the side going in. So that's the order of operations here. And then we will get to weatherproofing everything once we get everything roughed in. Before I actually tie it in, I'll make sure that I have like caulk and foam and stuff like that. And it's gonna be just fine. Yes, okay, it's gonna fit in. So let's get the treated wood on the other side. Come. So my workbench used to be on the other side where I just put those shelves, and I'm gonna put my workbench here because I wanna be able to see into my yard. Look at that. So if I'm in here working, I can open the window and look out into my yard, enjoy the breeze and the sunshine. If I see find my dogs around, I can watch them run around the yard. It's gonna be fucking awesome. I hope this doesn't fall out. Actually, great timing. I was about to ask you, I just need to look at the other side and see where things are lining up really quick.
Are you recording?
Yeah. It looks so cute from the window. I need to measure the center and then how much on either side. Do that. Should be real centered. Yep, I'll do 2.5. I need to rip down this piece of treated lumber. I'll come around and help you. Oh, that's a window. I need to, I ran out of spray foam insulation, expanding foam. So I'll put them in these gaps here. I can feel air moving through them. Once I do that, I'll put pieces of trim around the window so it looks a little bit more finished. But for now, I'm feeling pretty okay about it. I'll probably get like PVC trim, something plastic that doesn't rot. That matches this vinyl, and yeah, but for now, it's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. So I'm feeling pretty accomplished today. I'm gonna spend about the next hour just kind of picking up this space, starting to move some things onto the shelves, just kind of organizing. I don't think I'm gonna do much more talking to a camera or anything because I just don't feel like doing that, but I am feeling motivated to kind of pick up this space a little bit. What's up, everyone? This is Turner from the future, and I'm currently editing this video, and this is what it looks like for me to just kind of physically crash out and kind of just try and convince myself I should do more things. Luckily, that was not the case, but yeah, I did sit here for a decent amount of time, just kind of like chatting into the microphone, and even at the end, it was like, I was just sitting there for a few minutes doing nothing. It takes some work to figure that out, so I'm just glad that I had the realization that I did, and back at you here with the rest of this episode. Thanks. Hey, so yesterday when I said that I was going to work for another hour, and then I sat here for 3 minutes and was like, my body's vibrating. It's good to just sit for a minute and check in, because I actually didn't do anything. I went inside and took a nap, and it was probably the best decision I could have made. It's now the next day. Got some energy. I went and threw some clay this morning. Went to Lowe's, ate some lunch with friends, had some ramen, but I'm going to do some little detail things. We're going to start with putting some trim up on the window we installed yesterday. Just kind of starting to get this place picked up. This morning off camera, I put up some storage things, like this bike rack stand here at the front. And then there's kind of this like no man's land behind the human door, and I put my yard tools there. So it's time to get some trim on. I gotta rip it down on the table saw first because it's not the right width, but then we'll get it up there. All right, here we go. All right, it's time to pick up the garage now that I've trimmed out those windows. I'm gonna let all the caulk dry, the wood filler dry. I'll sand those down, and at some point I will put some paint on that, and it'll look real nice. Okay, bye.